How's it going, folks? Nick with Foreclosure Finder. I'm back with another walkthrough of the week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. New videos every Saturday morning. We are out here today in Colchester, Connecticut, another one of my brokerage's foreclosure assignments. Just did the eviction earlier this week. I wasn't present for it, and the weather hasn't been great, so finally getting out here, looping around, and as is tradition, bring you guys with me. For any information on these properties or just looking to connect, take a look at the links in the video description. All right, so we got an interesting one today. Got a nice contemporary. I'm a big fan of contemporaries. A lot of them are kind of stuck in the 80s with styling. This is a 1980s build, but I love the potential these have. I love the natural light a lot of these have on the inside, so excited for this one today. Doing this one a little bit different too. I usually walk through the house before to try to get an idea. Today we're just gonna do it live. We'll walk through it as I walk through it, so you guys can see me get confused in real time. All right, so 1980s build. It's about 3,000 square feet. We got 5 bedrooms, 4 baths. Just taking a look at the front here, we got wood siding, kind of going at a few angles here. We got it straight up and down vertically and a little bit of an angle on this side part of the house here. Roof looks like it's going to need some work. Just got some discoloration over the garage, over this pass-through breezeway. Then up on the top, looks okay, but looks like it could definitely use a cleanup at minimum up there. Siding looks all right, all things considered. Again, wood siding, we are going to see a little bit of deterioration, but it does look pretty decent, all things considered, probably because it is original. Again, 1980, so about 45 years old here. Do have an abandoned vehicle. Team will work to get that out of here. Usually don't have those too often, but does happen on occasion. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and walk around the back here. I do believe we're on well and septic as well. So a little bit limited on the public utilities out here. Side yard looks to be pretty standard, bit overgrown. Oh, and doesn't look like we have too much yard here. All right, there is some acreage, but looks like it's gonna be a little bit unusable with going back up into the woods and on that slope. Just taking a look at the back here, you can kind of see what we got going with the roof. A little bit consistent kind of throughout the back of the house. Again, it's just some more angles with the contemporary styling here. All right, I don't think I'm gonna hop this fence just yet. It's a little wet out here, so just making sure I don't sink into anything. And again, just trying to take a look with the wood siding. Usually it starts deteriorating around the bottom more than anywhere else. So I am starting to see a little bit getting eaten out here on the bottom, but again, all things considered, with its expected age, that's actually not too bad. It's like we have a multi-level deck here. This is kind of cool. 1, 2, 3 decks with a patio underneath, so maybe got some entertaining capabilities out here. Then yeah, just some more of the yard. Oh wow, so this house doesn't look this big from the front. So this is the side. A lot of windows, a lot of real estate here. So we got 1, 2. So all right, so this looks like there might have been an above ground pool here at some point, and it just got deleted, but they still left the deck. So trying to put the pieces together. Then we got deck level 1, deck level 2, deck 3, and then a little patio underneath. So this is a little interesting in terms of the setup and layout. I'd love to maybe see these 2 decks connected as just one big deck. You know, obviously with the renovation this place is going to need, I would probably consider that as part of the scope of work. I'm sorry. So maybe keeping that upper level and then just connecting these 2, because this one looks a little rougher than this bottom one. They both look like they're sagging though, so maybe everything needs to be replaced. And we are seeing some discoloration and some more moss growth up on the top of the roof there. Okay, interesting. It's a lot of house. I wasn't expecting to. Like I said, I haven't walked through it yet. I'm doing it kind of like a live walkthrough today for you guys. So this is interesting. So wait, is this the back? No, this is the back of the house. This thing got more than 4 sides? Could be. Again, multiple angles, contemporary. Ooh, we got central air. That's nice. Okay. And then we are on oil. I can see the oil tank here too. Okay. And actually, as we kind of pan around to the side, looks like we got a little bit more real estate on the side yard here than anything. But then I guess, you know, you circle back around. All right, so it is at a little bit of an angle. You know, this is like the front, but it angles kind of at a 45. So maybe we do got a little bit of some funky stuff going on. And I did want to take a look at these front steps just real quick because they did look in kind of rougher condition. Oh yeah. So these will need a rework and a reset at minimum. I do like the stone matching the chimney though. I do like that stone. That just needs a power wash. One thing I can see here too, we don't see very often, but it does show up in some of the New England properties. We got a, again, I'm gonna forget the name of this. I call it like a little alcove. It's like circled out. We'll see how that looks inside, because usually that's pretty cool. Inside, like kind of that Victorian style with the little watchtower there. So we'll take a look as we get in. Okay, a lot of house here today. Might be a longer video, but we'll see what's going on. And then same thing with these steps too. Looks like they are matching the stone, but as you can see, those are gonna need some work too. All right, do have a mask on today for this one. Just they did have some pets, and it does smell quite a bit in here. Not as bad as some of the other properties, but definitely has a nice unique smell. So all right, so we'll walk in straight in through the front door. So we can go right into like the main house, but we're gonna start and go left. This looks like the breezeway. This is probably a bathroom. Let's take a look. There we go. And I don't believe the power is on here, so you're gonna have to bear with me with the light today. But you can see how long this place may have been vacant. A few cobwebs up there. A lot of deferred maintenance. You guys already know. So a little half bath, nice and easy. Just delete everything, replace. Boom, boom, boom. This flooring does not look like actual hard floor. It does look like the LVP, the vinyl. So just keeping that in mind. Here's a 2-car garage full of junk. You guys are used to seeing some of this stuff. Let's see, do we have lights on in here? We do, okay. So it looks like some of the place might have power. Again, just a bunch of junk in here. Nothing too crazy. Any of you pickers in the comments, if you see anything cool, let me know. But just 2-car garage. Looks like there's plenty of storage in here too. They got some shelving and cabinets along the side there, using the back here. And then it looks like there might be a little access here. Okay, that looks like it might be walled off, but I think I do recall seeing a door in the back. So front and back access to the garage. All right, not too bad. Cool. Again, just a bunch of junk, looking for anything too crazy. Again, you guys, I'm walking through it raw today. I haven't walked through it yet. So I might stare at something a little bit just while I put the pieces together in my head. So now we'll walk in. Nice little laundry room area. I actually like this, right off the garage and breezeway. I think I've mentioned before, I like mud rooms. I like being able to like come in, you're all dirty, throw your stuff in the laundry, in the washroom, and then you're not dragging it through the main home. So this is pretty nice. You even got the sink here, nice countertop to do your folding, kind of wrap everything up, and then the two newer, looks like newer machines. So this is a nice little spot. All right, now we're gonna walk into the kitchen. Now this we're getting in a lot of natural light. So ooh, nice. Okay, a lot of stuff, but this is nice. Tons of natural light. You can see all the skylights in the windows. High ceilings. You got your angles there, but again, contemporary style. I like this. This is cool. All right, and you got all right. So let's take a tour then. So again, a lot of junk here left over. Trash out hasn't been done yet. But kind of got the wet wall here. It does have this nice big island with additional storage right in the middle, which is pretty nice. Let's go from this angle. More built-in, more cabinets. You got the built-in oven and microwave. That's pretty cool. Little eat-in area right here as we walked in. Got a lot of stuff, but I'm getting you kind of get an idea of what they might have been doing in terms of a layout. Let's just get it from this angle. Yeah, a lot of natural light. Again, no lights on right now. But tons of natural light, lots of space. I'm a big fan of this. I actually really like this long countertop. It's almost like a diner breakfast bar. You can see they even had the little built out, if you wanted to throw some of the stools under there. So that's pretty cool. I like this. Okay. We got potentials, looking good so far. And again, this is just, they're honestly not even in bad shape. They're just a bit dated. Usually cabinetry, one of the first things to get replaced in the kitchen, but these cabinets look pretty good. A little scuff down here, replace the countertops. But again, I think just with the age of the property, hasn't had its like real update. I think probably coming in here and basically redoing the whole thing. All right, so we're walking up like a little mini level here. Looks like they were using this as like a sitting living room area right off the kitchen. Again, you can even see right down through. So getting a lot of natural light. What I also like is there's a lot of like lines of view. So like you can see, like I can see straight to the door, we can see straight through the kitchen, we can even see into the into the bedroom in the upper level there. So interesting. Looks like they got the wood paneling in here as well, matching that angle. Let's actually take a look at the skylights, see if we got some leakage. A little bit, okay. And again, with skylights, it's not an if, it's a when they're gonna leak. So just keeping that in mind. Take a look at this deck from the top view. Yeah, it looks like it's seen better days. Got a big fish tank out there too. So again, I think with what this place is gonna need, it's gonna need its kind of next big update. I think you're gonna be doing a lot of that deck work, a lot of that exterior work as well. All right, so it looks like we're coming up into a living area. Okay, this is interesting. Let's take a walk into what looks like bedroom number 1. They were maybe using this as a sitting room. Power in here, we do. Lights aren't great, but we got power. This is pretty nice. Okay, nice little sitting room. Maybe this was like, you know, you throw the record player on, hang out. Nice fireplace. The stone is very nice. It looks like it's the same stone matching the exterior. See if we can get both here, but obviously this one's a bit cleaner. Windows are looking like they're going to need to be replaced, like the old crank wood windows. They got a zebra rug on the floor. Look at that. This thing looks like it might be real too. Interesting. Okay. But this is a good sized room. Again, you even have the, this was coming down. So this is probably why they were using it as a sitting room, not a bedroom, just because you're not getting tons of privacy, but coming right out of the upper level there down to the kitchen. So, you know, just say, hey, partner, throw me up a snack right through the window here. That's pretty funny. This is cool. Okay, we got the old school intercom system. Usually see those in like the 80s, 90s builds. I doubt that thing works, the old new tone. That's something that's just legacy technology. Probably end up just getting deleted, removed. All right, bedroom number 2. We have lights on in here. Same thing, not too bad. Good sized room, good sized ceiling. A little peeling on the ceiling there, but shouldn't be too crazy. Again, just looking at the windows. Windows probably end up needing replacing. Like I said, you could probably get away with them, but with the update and the work this place is going to need, I think this is going to be like a, you know, in for a penny, in for a pound. If you're doing 85% of the house, I'd argue, you know, knock that 15% off and just get the rest of it done. All right, so into our first full bath. This one's a little bit of a galley style. Got your counter, vanity right in, got your tub insert, and then the blue toilet. Haven't seen a blue toilet in quite a long time. Usually the older style, but again, 1980s. Most of it is kind of looking original, so wouldn't be surprised if that is the case here. But again, good size, you know, good footprint. I mean, it's functional. Now here, this is pretty cool. So this is probably a hallway. Oh, this is right down into the sitting room, another living room. I think this is on the other side of the house. So this is a little iffy, just from a safety standpoint, I feel, because this is a little easier to go over than those windows in the kitchen. But then as we look up, pan up here, we got some nice natural light coming in. Again, just high ceilings really makes the place feel like it's much bigger than it is. I feel like I'm walking through a museum right now, even with the light fixtures. All right, and though we got bathroom on back of bathroom. So 2 bathrooms, 1 green, 1 blue. Yeah, okay, so looks like it's just the same footprint. They just mirrored it onto the other side here. Same thing. They just went with green instead of blue. They got a green toilet. They do. All right, so at least they were consistent with the styling. I appreciate that at least. So 2 bathrooms, basically the same thing. Pick your color. In and out. Okay. All right, and then another bedroom. Lights on in here. We do. Oh, we got some collectibles here, maybe. All right, just another bedroom, pretty standard, nothing too crazy. Carpet actually looks like it's in decent shape, all things considered. We'll just take a look, pan around. Again, just looking for anything funky out of the ordinary. Up here is actually pretty nice. I think the problem areas, based on what my team member told me, might be in the lower level, like directly under us right now. So we'll see, and we got a little office. Let's take a look in here. So is there access? So no, so this is like, let's see. So this office is off this bedroom. So maybe this was the, maybe like a big closet at some point and they just turned it into a little office. I actually really like this. This is like a perfect space for an office. As you can see, obviously they were thinking the same thing. Nice little library here, playing off the slope, and you're not caring about it too much because you're doing, you know, it's not like you're living out of this place, you're just doing the work. That's pretty cool. This is pretty nice. See this being used for that. And again, it looks like they weren't using it as a bedroom, just kind of given the furniture and some of the other stuff we're seeing. So interesting here. Okay. Okay. And then what do you got? So we got a stairwell to the right. Let's take a look at what we got up here. This is just storage. Just a storage closet. We got lights in here. We do. All right. So maybe it was just the breezeway that wasn't working. All right, so this looks like just an additional storage room, which is honestly pretty nice having something like this in the upper level. It's just like a massive linen closet. See, they got, you know, got some stuff here, some debris left, but I can see this, you know, linens, clothing, stuff like that, just kind of all the extras that you would want upstairs, but might not necessarily have the space for, because we do have like a linen closet here too, so a lot of storage space here. That's a plus. Okay. All right, and just again, nothing too funky in here in terms of damages, right? Just taking a look, making sure I'm not missing anything. Because that's, I do, you know, kind of look at these videos and keep that in mind as a review when I do these values. Another bedroom here. This one looks like they were using it as a bedroom. All right, a little sparkle on the ceiling there. Nothing too out of the ordinary. It's a huge dresser. Just, yep, some closet. Again, just more junk. More stuff that was left over. This is all stuff that was deemed trash by the state marshal. So, but again, another bedroom up here. I mean, plenty of living space. And most of it, again, it's not like it's crazy bad condition. It just really needs its update. Ooh, sweet grandfather clock. Check that out. Don't see those two very often, and we don't see these very often. Spiral staircases. So this will be cool. These, I'm like, sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. I think it's got to fit with the house. With this being a contemporary and having kind of the styling it does, I think it does fit. They're just obviously a little bit of a pain to deal with sometimes, you know, going up and down. Okay, so where the heck are we? So we just came down the back side. We got lights over here a little bit. So we just came down the back side. So if I go left, are we back in the kitchen? Oh, this is the okay, yes. So, all right, so we just kind of walked through the front. I'll walk through again and we'll come through this side. So we basically just did we came in through the kitchen, up, we went all the way down the house through the top floor, and it looks like we came out the bottom, so we'll circle back around. So here's like your formal living room, it looks like. This is pretty, it's a little sunken in. 3 steps I think is a bit much. I do like sunken living rooms though. But 3 steps I think is a little too much. A lot of pet hair, a lot of pet dander. So I got the mask on, a little tough to breathe in here. But the nice fireplace, two bays, or maybe even just using that for the storage, it looks like. I'm sorry. But again, nice stonework. This is the stonework that's on the outside. And this, I kind of like it being sunken in, because if I come over here, it almost feels like, you know, when you're in this room, you're in this room. Right, and it's you kind of get that cozy feeling of it. You can see the built-ins on the other side of the kitchen here, and then just some more of that dated tech. But this is pretty nice. Again, I don't love 3 steps. You know, I'm a big fan. Hey, maybe just 1 step, like a mid-century modern. But it's a contemporary. They got to do their funky stuff. You do get a formal dining area, which is pretty nice, right out to those sliders and the deck as well. Again, just going to need a bit of a cleanup. You can see they weren't taking care of the animals too great. And then we got another grandfather clock. Okay. Again, any pickers in the comments, go ahead and leave some notes if there's anything funky. So, all right. And then what do we got here? So coming down the hallway a bit. Do we have a light in here? Bear with me. All right, we do have a light. Little half bath, nothing behind the door here. But so we saw 2 upstairs, and we're at 2 half baths down here. So I think we're still missing 1 bath. But again, half bath, nice and easy. Just delete it, replace. The thing that's nice is this looks like it's the only tile in the house that I've seen so far. Everything else looks like it's carpet or the LVP. So that's some of that tile here as well. So that should be easier to replace, all things considered. And then here, we do have lights. Okay, I guess it was just the one room, of course, the room I walked into. This looks like the primary suite. Just given the size, location at the end of the house. So this is a pretty big room. I'd argue this is probably twice the size of any of the other bedrooms we've seen. Looks like we got a door going out to the exterior, which is pretty nice. Okay, again, just trying to not step on anything I don't want to step on here. And then it looks like we're going to have at least 2 closets and probably a bathroom. That's probably where our last full bathroom is. Okay. Little drywall patch in the corner. But again, just looking to see if there's anything glaring. You know, updating is one thing, repairs are another thing. So that's kind of how I look at it. Closet, cool. Oh yeah, primary suite. Here we go. A little bit of light in here. Okay. Massive bathroom. This thing is huge. Got the nice 80s style jacuzzi tub. Again, you know, just kind of stuck in the 80s a bit, but I don't hate it. Double vanity, double sink. That's pretty nice. Each gets their own, and then you got the shower. Ooh, shower, bidet, and a toilet. Okay. Okay, nothing too crazy. Just take a look at the ceiling. Nothing glaring here. We got some heat lights, some of the red lamps. This is pretty nice. The thing is modernizing it. You know, leave a comment maybe how you would modernize this bathroom. Would you keep the hot tub, jacuzzi? Would you get rid of it? And if you get rid of it, what do you do with the space? Do you maybe, because you know we're in the bedroom right here, maybe do you open up the bedroom a little bit into this area, maybe some more storage, another closet, or do you just, hey, let's just throw another jacuzzi tub in there? Why not? The footprint's already there. I'd be curious. Leave a comment. You know, I like getting the feedback from our viewers, because everyone's got different opinion from different experiences, and I'd be curious to see what the consensus is for some of the work here, and just some more of the styling, the big Dalmatian. All right, or is it a Dalmatian? It looks like a boxer, but it's got the spots like a Dalmatian. All right, so now the thing is, let's try to find the basement access. And okay, it's right here. Perfect. Okay. So basement access, we'll head down here, get a long video, big house, a lot going on. All right, so we do got a finished area down here, which is nice. Okay. Very good. Very good. Looks like it's in decent shape. Doesn't smell too wet down here. Again, most of the smell was just related to the pet hair and dander that was upstairs. So they looks like they were just using this as like a little bit of a hangout spot. You know, they got the records going, the dartboard. Okay. But this is nice. This looks like it's just going to be a closet. Yes. Okay. And then, so this looks like this maybe might have been part of the contemporary, few levels here. Almost like a split level going up here. So living space, and then we're going down into what looks like the formal basement. Okay, a lot of stuff down here. But it smells, take the mask off, smells pretty dry down here. You are seeing a little bit of the, whatever they had on the wall peeling off. Looks like they painted it. They got some of the effervescence coming through. We've talked about that in past videos. Pretty big basement down here, though. Again, not seeing any water. We just had rain. It's been raining pretty much all week, so if this place was getting water, we'd smell it, we'd see it. Looks pretty good so far. These are the access doors out to the side. There's the oil tank. Okay, plenty of room down here, whether you want storage or even expansion. Because it looks like I said, it looks like it's pretty dry down here. Let's take a quick bounce over. We just got a little storage room here. Pop the light out. Yep, just some more storage. Okay. Nothing too crazy. That's not discoloration. That's just the color of the cardboard. Cool, cool, cool. I do want to see if I can find the well filter and that equipment. See if we can find the furnace as well. And here we go. Perfect. All right, so it's even blocked off in its own little room down here. Sunken in even more. One more step for the contemporary with a million stairs. So yeah, well and septic. There's the well system. 2005, so that might be approaching its end of useful life. Water heater looks newer. 2023. All right, that's good. And then honestly, furnace looks pretty decent. Take a quick peek in the back. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Looks like it was serviced 2019. I mean, that's a lot more recent that we've seen on past properties, that's for sure. But just having this nice little mechanical room, I like having the utilities kind of, or the mechanicals kind of off in their own spot. Just kind of, I mean, because if you wanted to, you could keep this like this. You could finish the rest of this basement and not even know the mechanicals were down here. So that, to me, that's a pretty big plus, because again, just having that expansion potential, just having that capability in your back pocket, I like, you know, I like having that option. Okay, I think that's it. I'm pretty sure I didn't miss any rooms. If I did, I'm sure someone will leave a comment. I've had that happen before, just missing a door here and there, but it looks like we did cover the whole place. All right, so again, you know, leave a comment. What would you guys do to this place? What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? Any advice, any tips, you know, for styling, renovations? Again, leave a comment. I enjoy seeing that stuff, just to get some you know, different perspective on what we may be looking at. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for today. Appreciate y'all sticking around for another walkthrough of the week. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. New videos every Saturday morning.